I didn't want to believe it. And I just like, no way, no way, no way. Until I just, accepted it at that moment, like, no, this happened to your son, he's gone. This was the last picture we took together. It was this is my nephew. It was at my nephew's wedding.
The world has been celebrating Donald Trump's ceasefire deal for Gaza that he has heralded as the dawn of everlasting peace in the Middle East. But for American father Kamal, he just wants justice for his son Sayfollah. Saif, also an American citizen, was beaten to death by Israeli settlers in the occupied West Bank in July. Months on, despite promises from the US government and the Israelis, the family have had no answers. No one has been arrested or held accountable.
I seen call after call, so I woke up, I said, something's important, it's up. I answered the phone and it was my son, Muhammad, the younger brother. And he told me something's happened to Sayfollah, my son. When his friends found him, when I was telling you that not breathing, and breathing real, it was hard for him to breathe, and he was unconscious, and he was out of it. So they would talk to him, and he couldn't. There was no reply. There was no response. And one of his friends found him, and he stayed with him. They tried to call paramedics, an ambulance, and medical attention, but the Israeli army prevented it. My son was alive for 2.5 hours. He could have been saved. He could have been saved, easily. Maybe 4 to 5 minutes before he got into the ambulance, he took his last breath.
It was like far from here, like 20 minutes, or walking 20 minutes. He was in the ground, and his eyes were red, and he was breathing like slow breathe with like a sound, but it's weird. Sound also was so weird. He has an injured like here. It was like blue, and there's some blood here, and his mouth he was throwing up, and in his back bruises, a lot of bruises in his back, his legs, everywhere bruises. He couldn't talk.
At that moment, you're thinking that this is just like some nightmare. There's no way that this just happened to your son. Like I couldn't bear it. I just got down to my knees and I just froze.
Saif is among nearly 1,000 people, 4 of them US citizens, that Israeli forces or settlers have killed in the West Bank since the start of the war in Gaza in October 2023. The fear is that even with a fragile ceasefire holding in Gaza, this will not be applicable for the West Bank, where rights groups say violence has reached levels not seen since the Israelis first occupied the area in 1967. The Israeli military told The Independent there's an ongoing investigation into Saif's killing without providing any further details. That leaves Kamal in an endless, painful limbo.